It's Kate. Welcome to Co-Parenting with Narcissist 101. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, guys, please do. And don't forget to like and share as well, guys. Guys, today's topic is what the covert narcissist does not factor when they're trying to separate you and the children. What three things actually they don't factor when they are in this, process, in this plan of this strategy of theirs, whatever it is you want to call it, of trying to distance, keep the distance between you and the children. For us, once you figure these people out and you understand how they operate, you obviously want to protect your children. You want to save your children, and some of us will have us thinking, okay, just you don't want the kids around them because you already know how this will go. You already know you lived it. So you want to protect your child, and you most of the time seek the fact that I want to keep my child where I can keep an eye on them. There, on the other hand, the covert narcissist trying to trying to keep the kids away from you for whole different reasons, because the kids are just a weapon, just a tool to use against you. That's the only reason that they care to, engage in it. So they want the kids so that they can use them as a weapon. It's kind of like, I'm going to take your car since you don't want to be with me, or since you don't want to stay with me anymore, or you're leaving me. I'll take your car. I'll take the house in the divorce. That's just pretty much how they see the kids. So the reason why you are trying to, or you might want to keep the kids away from them, is totally different from the reason why they want to, take the kids away from you. So the three things, that they don't factor when they're doing this, of course, one of them is the fact that, when a couple of narcissists want to take the children away from, and they want sole custody of the child, they don't want any kind of visitation, or they don't allow you to visit, is that they forget the bond that you and the children, because you're genuine parents, the bond that you and the children establish already is like the covert narcissist denying them this bond. And they deny them this bond, and at the same time expecting them to be happy with them for denying them this, denying them the presence of the other parent, or talking to the other parent, or seeing the other parent. The covert narcissist does not factor this in, that the child that knows that, they already get this connection with you, and all of a sudden, the covert narcissist come and breaks this bond. Obviously, they're going to look at the covert narcissist as this is something you did to them. And depending on the age they are, this is not something they forget. This is somebody you took away from me. This is somebody that you denied me access to. You don't want me to talk to this person. Like I said, you have bond with the child because you, over the years or whatever, you have a genuine relationship with your children. So this is something that they will miss, and they will blame this other parent. There will be lies, of course, and everything, but they'll blame these other parents for denying them that access. So another one, of course, where they forget this thing is they forget that the kids grow up. That's one of the things that the covert narcissist, even the one that I'm co-parenting or counter-parenting here with, sometimes the way that he talks to the children, or the things that he thinks he can get away with, the comments and explanations or excuses, it's almost like he thinks they have 4 or 5, because, I watch them here sometimes. They'll be on the phone and he's talking and they are making signs at each other like, what the heck is he talking about? Or what does that even mean? So they are making faces and making hand gestures and stuff like that. Because sometimes this is how they look at you. They think everybody can be fooled. So they rather look at these kids that are teenagers or preteen as 4 or 3-year-olds that they can fool, because that's how they look at everybody anyway. They'll be able to fool you. They believe you don't see them coming. They can fool you for however long they pretend they want to fool you. So they miss the fact that the kids grow up. Of course, the kids growing up means that they are looking at you and understanding the situation. They actually understand what's going on. But the covert narcissist forgets this part. He sees the kids as the children that, regardless of their age, that they will still be able to manipulate them. This is what happens eventually when they show up for the adult kids. They are still coming to you to think that, whatever thing they throw at you, you buy it. Of course, the third one is they don't understand the fact that somebody can be physically somewhere and the mind will be elsewhere. And that's what eventually, happens with children, that, the covert narcissist is stopping you from seeing, or stopping you from talking to them, or stopping you from visiting, or decide to take sole custody, even though they've never really been a full-time caregiver of the children, never really participated well as a parent to the kids. The only reason why they wanted still custody, the only reason why they wanted the limited visitation to you or whatever is so they can hurt you. They're just a weapon, So they don't believe that the child can be physically there with them, but their mind is elsewhere. They all they need, is to talk to you on the phone or hear about you, and they're excited. Even though the person over here they are physically with is with them 24/7, but the mind is elsewhere. But the covert narcissist doesn't believe, they doesn't factor this in because they believe that they believe they control everything. They control your mind. They control your thought process. So of course they're going to tell you what to think. They're going to tell you what to feel. Why not even the kids? So that's why they don't factor all these things in when they try to create division between you and the children. Keep the children away from you. Is they assume that they never grow up. Definitely that because they are physically with them, they are with them. And they never factor this in. They never factor this in that a child will definitely resent you for trying to keep away somebody that they've already have a connection with, a link with. They're going to resent you for that. They're not going to forget that. As they get older, they're going to understand this is something you took away from them. But the covert narcissist doesn't do that because, hey, they believe they're smarter than everybody else. All right, guys, get a hold of your mind and everything will fall into place. Please like and share. Take care.